Welcome back to Inklings Behind the Scenes. My name is Cody Lawhorn, and this is another special episode of the Writers Room Takeover. Today is a very special episode of the Writers Room Takeover. I am on a Zoom call, a Teams call with Matthias Till. Did I pronounce that right? Am I close?
Close, you're close. Hi everyone at the channel. Nice to meet you.
But you go by Matt, is that correct?
Yes, you can call me Matt. Everyone knows me as Matt. Right. So that's totally fine.
So for our followers and our listeners, Matt is our composer, and so I am all the way up in Alaska, and Matt is all the way in Vienna, Austria. Is that correct?
It's correct, yes. Lovely city of Vienna, the capital of music.
Yes. So today we are skipping. So the last episode, or a couple episodes ago, we were working on the first episode of season 0, which was Cowboy Dinosaur, and it was kind of setting up some of the characters in the Inklings world. We had Poe, and he is our stink bug. He's kind of our curmudgeon stink bug. And he went to watch a TV show on a rainy day. The power went out. He realized that he had a copy of a comic book of Cowboy Dinosaur, but we didn't really finish the story. I've kind of finished it a little bit off screen. So what's going to happen is that Poe is going to pull out the book. He finds out that he's missing the last couple pages. He wants to know how it ends. And so he needs to go out and get a new copy of his Cowboy Dinosaur comic book. And before he goes out, he wants to find the perfect hat to wear before he goes out on his journey. So Matt and I are going to sit down and we're going to write a musical number because this was something Jesse really had his heart set on. He knew that he wanted to have and tell an episode, a story of Poe and finding the perfect hat for his journey on his outing. So Matt, I'm really excited to work with you on creating this song. I'm going to do my best to just try to create lyrics and write and move the story. And I'm going to rely on your musical genius to kind of guide us in the direction that we want to go.
Right.
First of all, let me ask you, when you are writing a song, what is your process for creating music?
Well, it depends on the occasion. Certainly there are works you have to do because you get contracted or you have to have a commission or something like that. Then it is very different than just let your mind flow and get some inspiration or get some nice chords or have lyrics and you want to accomplish them with some nice music. So there are many ways to write a song. But in our case, I guess we will start with the lyrics, and that's totally fine because you get your inspiration from the content.
Okay. That's great. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of follow your lead here. I'm in new territory. I've written lots of things. This is the first time I've ever written lyrics for a song, so I'm very excited. And yeah, I'm ready to dive in with you and see what you think.
Yeah, I guess we had already good progress, I think.
Yeah.
Because our first drafts were promising.
Yeah. So I did a little bit of research on hats, and I sent you some lyrics. I definitely want your input on lyrics. I want to add maybe an Austrian or a German hat in here. I need to do a little bit more research, but I'd love to have your input on lyrics. Do we want to maybe share some of the lyrics or some of the ideas I had for hats or lyrics, or how do you think we should proceed?
Yes, I guess we could try to find some kind of to weave the story together. I guess we have to have a starting point, and the song is maybe should be carried by the progress of the story as well. So we could take this into account when it comes to lyrics as well. So we speak about hats, what is crucial for the story, of course, but maybe we could also draw the story to a direction we wanted to have it with this song, within the song, maybe.
Okay.
So we could incorporate this into the lyrics as well.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah, no, definitely. As far as the story goes, we know that it's Poe trying to find the perfect hat to wear. One of the ideas I had was that for each hat he could mention or pull out and put on, he could give an example of what type of outing or what type of things he would do when you wear that type of hat.
Yes,
Does that
great
sound
idea. Yeah, great idea.
okay?
That's a very good
Yeah.
idea. Yeah.
And some of my research, I found that certain types of hats are utilized by different cultures.
Yeah.
So like a fedora, for example, they're popular in Cuba, but I know they're popular in other cultures as well.
Yeah.
And I don't know exactly which ones. There's another hat. I'm gonna butcher the pronunciation. Ukshana, I think. I think it's German and Russian. I need to look that
Yeah.
up again.
I don't know
Um,
that hat. I
okay.
don't know. Yeah.
So I had a couple lines. I thought of a beret.
Yeah.
So like if Poe was going out and about, if he was wearing a beret, he could paint like Monet.
Yes.
That
That
was a lyric that I had.
ideal. It's ideal.
Um, I just found something that rhymed. So in the Hispanic cultures, when girls turn like 15, they have a birthday that's called a quinceañera.
Quinceañera,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. And there's a hat that I found called a montera. So
Montero,
I
yeah.
thought that Poe could write, I could wear a montera when I attend a quinceañera, when I attend
Quinceañera. Yeah.
my
Great.
niece's quinceañera.
Yes. Great.
And I don't know if we want to add like, like I could wear a beret and paint like Monet. That's a perfect hat for
And for
Poe.
Poe,
Now,
yeah.
and I don't know if I love that it's a perfect hat for Poe as a chorus line. What does your initial gut tell you? And if you don't love it, my feelings will not be hurt. I really want
Mm.
I really want you to shoot straight with me.
Oh man, I appreciate your idea because it's very funny. And what comes into my mind is if you have like, let's say the Montero for the Quinceañera, you could also wave in some kind of Spanish influenced tune, and then we can continue because it's,
Yeah.
it's
And that's
very multicultural, I think.
Yeah, it is, and I found another one like I could wear a Scottish Balmoral should I get into a quarrel, and I don't know how seamlessly we could. So like for the beret, that's kind of French.
French, yeah.
I don't know if so like French instruments
It's
would
a,
that be
yeah,
like an accordion?
accordion, yeah, of course.
Okay.
It's one of my
Um,
favorite instruments, by the way.
And that's awesome. That's awesome. Or like bagpipes
Yeah,
for the Scottish part.
for the
And I don't
Balmoral, yeah.
know, like again, if we bounce around between musical instruments, talking about the different cultures, I think that would be awesome. I have no idea how to seamlessly tie all those in together. but that's kind of where your musical genius would come in.
Yeah, I'd like to say that's also kind of the production process because it weaves together. Maybe sometimes there has to be the part where the animation is first to get me into some certain cues or something like that. But if we create it, let's say upside down from the music on, and I guess animation works sometimes like that. Um, we are totally free with what we are doing, and we can. And Jesse has to weave in the animation afterwards, I guess.
Okay. Yeah,
What do you
sounds great.
think?
Yeah, yeah. No, I think that's a great idea. Um, all right. So I think how so in your opinion, how long do you think the song should be? Do you think it should be a 2 to 3 minute song? And I know songs vary in length. I know songs go from like 2 minutes, all the way up to Stairway to Heaven. That's 13 minutes, which is, I
Yeah.
think, is a little overkill. What are your thoughts?
Well, I guess
I think I
we
meant Freebird.
well we can no we should split it up. Maybe we should split it up because maybe Poe has something to say in between.
Yeah.
Or acting, or he makes some bitey comments and looks into the mirror and thinks, okay, I don't like the beret on my hat, and
I,
he
I, li-
changes, and then the
I
music
like,
starts over again.
yeah, I like that idea. I really like that idea. That way it doesn't really pigeonhole us
Yeah,
into one, I don't know, one chorus or one melody. We can kind of change it up a little
yeah,
bit.
yeah.
Okay.
And maybe there is some background music which connects all the short musical pieces.
Okay. Yeah, I like it. That's exciting. All right. Okay. Um, cool. I think that's a good start. What other gosh, what else should we chat about here? Do you have any other ideas or questions for me, or what are your other thoughts?
I guess there is really there are big decisions to make because we should talk about whether it makes a sound if Poe walks. Is it a certain sound if Poe walks, or if, let's say, a Kafka walks or something like that? Is there a certain sound? And I can also implement the sound into the music because if it's a musical sound, it's easy to compose around this sound when he walks, and then you have a basic pattern like, I don't know,
Yeah.
I can't act it out yet, but um,
No, I,
um,
I love I love that idea. I know that you and Jesse were talking, and you guys had the idea of like assigning each character like a
yeah.
sound for their movements and when they walked, and I love that. I think that's great. Yeah, yeah. When I picture Poe, he's a stink bug. So I don't know whether I hear like a bass or more of a kind of like he's kind of always annoyed. Like every
Yeah,
every little thing
yeah,
bothers.
yeah. So you have that muted trombone maybe, and just and he can argue with a trombone as a sound maybe,
Yeah, I
and
like that.
and you can also put a character into a certain mood by changing the instrumentation, for example, and changing the melody a little bit, or having, I don't know, yeah. There's I think music is one of the keys, or sound is one of the keys to bring everything, to bring a whole show alive. And it's always watch a movie without sound, and you know how someone who loses his hearing is feeling, and it's half of the emotion. I think music is very emotional.
Absolutely, I totally agree. So a lot of my favorite films, if you were to watch a lot of my favorite films on mute, you should be able to know what's going on in the story. But music and composition really adds an emotional depth, an added layer that really kind of connects everything together. So I totally agree with you. Music's really imperative in order to like, change the mood, and really set the tone for what's going on in the story.
Yeah. I guess everyone is trying hard to get it right just from the start on, and we're starting with season 0, which is quite uncommon, I guess. But it's a really great idea, and the whole project is really went into my heart and deeply settled in, and I love the whole project, and I hope we can carry on with a good collaboration, and collaborating across the ocean is also, it fills my mind with ideas. And when I think about the ocean, I don't know, you're so far away, you're in Alaska. I've never been to Alaska, by the way, but I guess it's so great. It's so great. The whole project lifts up, I think, it's a new kind of getting a series or getting a show on and get it running. The whole process of creating, and we are publishing our thoughts. It's really amazing.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, so I think this is a really good starting point for us. What I think I will do is maybe I'll definitely do more research on hats. I'll try to just get us more material to work with. If I come up with a dozen hats and we throw out 10 of them and only use 2, I'm happy with it.
Totally fine, yeah.
I just want to get us as much material to, as far as lyrics goes and as far as hats go, just to give us something to work with. And I think it would be really good for us to chat with Jesse, and like you were saying, assign kind of characters music when they're moving, whether when they're walking or just when they're introed, or however that ends up panning out. I think we should definitely establish that a little bit more as well. Cool. So I think I have my homework cut out for me a little bit more. And yeah, I loved your idea of the music maybe breaking, maybe not it being a full song. Maybe he pauses and reflects a little bit, and then the music goes on and it's a little bit different. I love it. Cool. So I think that is, and we're almost at the 20-minute mark. So I think that's great for today. Do you have any other questions or comments for me? I'd love to hear any of your thoughts that you have.
Well, let me think over. I guess I have some tasks right now, and I will also do researches about more European hats. I think maybe there is something we can figure out. And I'm looking forward to have a perfect hat for Poe finished, because it's been a long time, baby. I think
Yeah, I know.
it's like an elephant pregnancy.
Absolutely. So we'll knock it out, and it's this process. There's no huge rush. I mean, I know it's been cooking for a long time, so I'm sure you're eager to get it done and off your
Yeah,
plate.
yeah.
But we'll work together, and we'll make an awesome musical number, and which I hope could be something timeless. Like, who knows?
Who knows? Who knows? Classic.
But I am very excited to work with you. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day. I know it's super early there for you. Thank you for time. Thank you for your time and meeting with me. And I'm really excited to start this project with you.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Until next time on Inklings Behind the Scenes, hope all of you have a wonderful weekend. And always remember that reading a book is a gift to yourself.